Welcome to the Skunk Out. My name is Mahmoud Sarhani, and today I'll be presenting you through the games and its mechanic, the concepts, and how we've basically thought about everything. So without any further ado, let us start. In Zoo City, the city is going through its roughest time yet. Animals aren't enjoying their days as they used to, and unfortunately, bad skunks have been causing too many problems for the animal kingdom. A case of bad timing and unfortunate events have made Skunky, our main character, travel into the city to continue his studies. Although his arrival isn't very welcomed at the time, he hopes by helping the people around he can add some color to the grayness in the air. Quite literally. Let us continue. Say hello to our little friend called Skunky. As you can see, the art and Skunky himself is very much inspired by a game called Night in the Woods. If you're familiar with it, all the characters in the game are anamorphic, I believe they're called, which basically translates to humanoid animals. The game is very much inspired by the art style, at least, but not the gameplay. And so the concept of the game is quite simple. We wanted to create a kind of differentiation in the characters themselves. So the theme was good times and in bad times. So Skunky here isn't very welcomed in a city during a very bad time. So what he needs to do is he needs to go around, help the other animals doing their tasks in a series of mini games in order to basically create a good time during the stressful bad time for the city. And without further ado, let's go to our first mini game. But before that, I want to show you one more thing. So you can see here, some of the characters in the city are actually they're non-interactable, but they kind of talk about their thoughts in their head looking at Skunky. So this one here goes like, probably just here to sync up the place, wealthy lad. So he's actually talking about Skunky here because he's not very welcome during this time. So let's see how his thoughts change after we help a few of the people here. So let's go to the first one. Starting all the way from the right is this small little goldfish. So he goes like, oh no, which one was it again? So he's having a small little problem. So you press E. Can you help me beat this level? I keep forgetting where the cards are. Don't worry kid, got this. So this small game is a memory matching game. So the trick is you need to look at the cards and match them. Very easy. So click on this. Click on this. So you need to win before the timer runs out. Go. Think this and this. Oops. My bad. There we go. And this and this. There we go. We've done it. Well done. Now the first thing you might notice here is, hey, the game kind of was black and white. What happened? It's all colorful now. So this is they're using this is where the visual mechanic comes in the game. So as you can see, this basically tells you that the problem for the goldfish at least has been resolved, and now he's kind of having a good time. So he's like, oh, you're really good at this. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. So, but here's the thing. Once you start going away, the world kind of goes back into being black and white, and that kind of indicates to you that there are still problems still around the city, and you need to help. So once you clear that out, maybe, hopefully, if you do all of them correctly, you can make this whole city colorful again. So let's go to the next one. So this is our second little character here, is the sloth. So if you notice here, we're gonna have a small little pattern. The first one, or not pattern, but more of relation to characteristics, and kind of personality. So the first one is a goldfish. He's, as you know, goldfish have a very short memory, so they can't resolve a memory game. So sloth here is very lazy and can't move much, but he's also a mailman, which is funny. So he's like too much effort. So start talking to him. And he's like, "Hey, can you help me by delivering this package, please?" "Oh, sure thing, Mr. Sloth. Let's do it." So this game is going to be a runner game. So he needs to deliver a package before the time run, during this time basically. So the trick is you need to survive these obstacles coming across, and if you don't, you lose a health, and you only get 3 chances. So if you lose them, you're basically fail. And voila, done. Awesome. Like, great, now I can take a nap in peace. Thank you. So, as you can see, the world here is colored again. But as I move away, there it goes back to being black and white. It means there's still more problems that we need to help with. Now, one thing you might notice is that there's a text going on top of them. Like, great, now I can take a piece. Now, if you fail, there's actually another text that appears instead. So whatever they say changes. Now if you go back to our little wolf here, you can see that now he's like, but he's changing his mind a little bit. So he goes like, perhaps it's alright to have him around. He's obviously talking about you. The first time he was, well, not cursing you, he was bad-mouthing you. And now he's kind of happy. Well, not sure yet. But we'll see as we progress in the game. So let's go to the third minigame. Right before you reach to the final minigame, you got this little fox here. He's also talking about you. So this fox and the other wolf actually have 2 different texts. So he has a different dialogue and the other one has a different. I really recommend you guys go ahead and go to them every single time before and after you finish a minigame, and you can see their texts. They're different each single time. Now to the third minigame, we got this Miss Little Poodle here, who's having problems carrying stuff. So as you may know, poodles are very elegant creatures and they don't want to get their paws dirty. So let's see. Seems like you want to volunteer very well. Should not drop anything. Okay, she's a little bit prideful. So the trick here now is to balance yourself. Up. So the packages are gonna kind of slightly tilt on one side. Up, 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 up. Okay, it's the most difficult game in between. So you just have to hold them until the timer runs out. And there we go. Awesome. Survived. Well done. Can tell that you appreciate the honor of serving nobility. A little bit full of herself, but yeah, nice. Now to our fourth minigame. Now to the last, but definitely not the least minigame we have is Miss Squirrel. She wants some chestnuts, and she needs help, someone at the bottom, to capture or to catch them. Simple. Just gotta catch the chestnuts. Whoop. Can't mess with you. The goal is to collect 10. But she's having them for lunch. There we go, and done. Definitely faster with 2 people. Now if you start going away from her, it goes like, congratulations, you brought back color to Zoo City. We hope you enjoy the journey. Free to explore the colorful environment we have designed for you. So, let's continue, and as you can see, the whole city now is back in color mode, which means that all the problems have been solved and everyone is now having a good time.